Thank you, Edward. So, I'm originally from Savannah, Georgia. Thank you, one person. I've been thinking. Sit at that table at the end of this. I've been thinking about going back to school, trying to get my degree in communications.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. I've been looking at a couple of schools, a couple of universities. People were giving me some suggestions. Somebody recently recommended Oklahoma University.
It's too early. It's too early.
Is there something that I need to keep?
It's too early for that.
Check out the website. Savannah, Georgia is a small city. Like one of the cool things, it's a little quiet place, but ironically, Savannah, Georgia has the second largest St. Patrick's Day celebration. This weekend. But yeah, they have like the second largest St. Patrick's Day celebration. And I thought it was kind of cool because, as we all know, St. Patrick spread his faith of Christianity throughout Ireland. You know, basically lived his life, you know, spreading the gospel. And in Savannah, we like to commemorate that by drinking large consumptions of alcohol as much as humanly possible. Because nothing says I love you, Jesus, more than waking up with a hangover, butt naked, in your own vomit next to the pool. Your friends looking at you, you keep asking, seriously, did something happen with me in the pool? I'm a little upset. A couple of things happened to me. First of all, as you all know, probably, as a sign of redemption, Brian Williams from NBC Nightly News told me he was going to be in the audience tonight. And found out online that I got robbed by Vanilla Ice. Yeah, I didn't know it was him when I first saw him. I just saw furniture moving out the house. And then when I saw who it was, I was like, well, let me try to use his own words to get him to stop. So I was like, stop, contemplate, and listen. Put the furniture down. Now he got all excited. He was like, oh, do another song. I was like, you only have one hit. That's all I got. But then he tried to explain, he had some lame excuse saying, well, you know, I have a show on cable where I help renovate people's homes. And I was like, yeah, but I think you have to have their permission. You know, I think you have to have their permission. Put the love seat down, please. Then, what made it worse is I found out Lupita Nyong'o, I don't know if you guys saw that movie, 12 Years a Slave. If you have not seen it, it's a beautiful film. She won an Oscar last year for it. And from what I understand, it's a movie about Brian Williams as a slave. And yeah, I was upset about that, but I called Vanilla Ice. I told him, because somebody stole her dress, I told Vanilla, I was like, you gotta get permission, man, you gotta get permission. And he was like, man, I realized that. I wasn't expecting you to call. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like getting an email from Hillary Clinton. Now, I think she's trying to reach out to voters. Some of you may have gotten this email. She was like, it had a picture of a dress. She was like, do you think it's black or blue, white or gold? Now, mind you, I don't pay attention to pop culture. And so in my mind, I went to Monica Lewinsky. I was like, well, I think the dress is blue. Any other stuff you see on it, you might want to ask your husband. Has anybody seen 50 Shades of Grey?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. They said it made like $80 million in one weekend. And the audience was made up of 80, I think it was 80% women. And the article I was reading said, how can we get men to go see those kind of movies? And I think, number one, men, we're more action inclined. You know, we are more action oriented. We would have to have like a superhero element. Like, I think we would go see 50 Shades of Captain America. Right? As far as you would go, right? Other thing is, maybe if they had like somebody we could relate to, like a popular actor. Like, for my money, it'd have to be Eddie Murphy. I would love to have seen Eddie Murphy try out for 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, really?
Now, for those of you who can't imagine such a thing, allow me to indulge. It's my impression of Eddie Murphy trying out for 50 Shades of Grey. Let me tell you something. First of all, I think we should change the name of the movie. We should change the name of the movie from 50 Shades of Grey to Sex with Chocolate. Now tell me what the movie's about. You see the director trying to explain it. Well, Eddie, it's got bondage, it's got whips, it's got chains. And Eddie starts to get a little rattled. Bondage? Whips and chains? This is a slave movie? This is a slave movie? I told Quentin Tarantino I'm not doing Django 2. I'm not doing Django 2. That's all people need to do is see me, Eddie Murphy, tied up to a tree doing Negro spill, just like my John Legend comedy in the background going, glory! Speaking of torture, I was thinking of how to dismantle ISIS. You know, a lot of people are thinking about that. Yeah, I was trying to think how we could take down ISIS. The first thing, because you know they have those ransoms like every other week. I was like, we need to start letting Liam Neeson answer the phone when they do the ransom. He'd be like, I don't have any money. But what I do have is a certain set of skills that might prove themselves very dangerous for someone like you. I can also save you 15% of capital. I thought the terrorists might not believe it. You know, it'd be like, come on, Liam, we've seen your movies. Taken 1, taken 2, taken 3. Every year your family gets kidnapped. I'm starting to question your certain set of skills. And I thought maybe just let Peter Griffin, you know, from Family Guy, let him annoy him. Just, you know, pick up the phone and be like, Peter Griffin here, calling to speak with ISIS there. Are you calling to make payment? No, actually, my computer broke down. I thought one of you guys could reboot it. We are not tech support. This is ISIS. Do not call again. Easy there, Ahmed. Easy there. Maybe we got off to a wrong start. You know, we got off to a wrong start. Maybe I should have started with an ISIS breakup. You know what's really annoying? You know who else would annoy ISIS? Jerry Seinfeld. Just with all the questions. Be like, hey, what's going on? What's the deal with ISIS? How can you get a name like that? I mean, Taliban, that's a scary name. Al-Qaeda, that's a scary name. ISIS, that's basically the word is twice. How did you come up with that name? Well, you're just sitting there going, the name of our group is, and some guy went, that's it! Where is it? Of course, you had to stick with ISIS to make it a little more intimidating. But even that's a little confusing. Well, let's say it's a cold day, you walk in, you say, be careful, everybody. ISIS outside. It's a little confusing. ISIS starts to get ticked off. He's like, hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Even Chris Rock agrees. Chris Rock gets on the phone. Everybody's talking about ISIS. Oh, ISIS gonna get me. ISIS gonna get me. What is I gonna do? Is it just me? Or does ISIS sound like Ebonics? ISIS gonna be good today. Sounds like a line from the movie The Help. ISIS good. ISIS kind. ISIS dirty. You know who would, I think, handle ISIS? I think Denzel Washington would handle ISIS. I would love to see that. Be like, okay, so you're ISIS, huh? You like to kidnap people, you like to hold them hostage, huh? You like to hold them hostage? Okay, you know who I am, huh? Training Day, huh? Equalizer. Okay, I see you again. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me very carefully. I will not repeat myself. I see you again. I will annihilate you. I will destroy you. If I see you so much as make a wrong phone call, I will break my foot off in your John Hine parts, and then I will kill you again. All right, you enjoy your lunch. It can happen. But if that doesn't work, if all else fails, let them have Bill Cosby. I didn't even say it. I don't know if the allegations are true. That's what I was going to say. But I am an optimist. I am an optimist. As As I was telling Nicole earlier, I'm an optimist. I say, if they are, I would say let him use his deceptive powers for good. You know, let him invite ISIS over for dinner. You know, be like, no, see, invite you people over to have some jello pudding, see. Now, first things first, who wants something to drink? Next thing you know, they wake up tied up in front of the White House confused. Barack comes out. Now look, ISIS, have you decided to turn yourselves in? No, we did not do this to ourselves. We are not turning ourselves in. How did you get here? Well, we were having drinks with Mr. Bill Cosby and say no more. Last week you turned in Al-Qaeda, did the same thing.